Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BOTA Show. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Soggy One. I'm coming at you. Got another episode of the BOTA Show. With me tonight, With me tonight, I have Drew, I have Rob, I have Chris. Rob, let me apologize first of all. I gotta redo the intro because I did not include you in that one.
I was just about to ask. I was like, am I in the intro?
So I had all five of us in the intro, and then
Rob, I wasn't either.
I deleted some stuff, and that one got lost, but I had the four, so I have to add you on top of that. But anyways, Perfect. I'll get that fixed for you, don't worry. And I guess James, for the third consecutive week, won't be here. However, we do have this mystery guest.
James is off spelunking somewhere deep in the woods, but his very close friend is here to be
He's
with us
rebuilding
today.
his ice cream franchise. We are happy to have whoever the fuck this fifth person is on. So I guess
without further ado,
take it away, whoever the hell you are.
Country music legend, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize my song was this long. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm a survivor.
Oh my God.
It's me, Reba McEntire. Howdy. Oh my God. In a million years, did you think I'd be coming out here and joining you boys on?
I didn't think you'd be coming out in general, but I guess we're here for that.
How can you forget his close friend Reba McEntire?
Can you stand up and do a twirl with the dress? Can you twirl with the dress, please? Stand up. Show the crowd.
Hold on.
Oh my God, it's a
my boob's falling out.
Oh my God. Alright.
Howdy.
Sure, I guess. Welcome Reba McEntire to BOTA Show.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
It's great to be here.
All
I'm very
cool.
proud. I'm from Nashville, maybe? I don't know.
Alright, Reba, do you know anything about sports?
Everything.
Awesome.
Everything.
It's better than Raymond the Mysterious.
Reba McEntire is not problematic, and I can promise you that.
I really hope not. Alright, well, guys, I don't know what
bra do you have.
Also, I'm confused. When you introduced yourself, Reba, you didn't update your name, so you're still question mark. So I really don't think that people know who you are.
The mysterious Reba McEntire.
Shit.
Reba Mysterious. That's to you. Thank you.
How I do the change, Reba?
Do you already go there and back? Oh wow, that's fast.
I have a real question. Does the carpet match the drapes?
Absolutely. It looks like a stoplight down there.
Oh. So are we changing our name, or are you just gonna be the?
I cannot figure out how to do it. I'm sorry. I don't understand this blasted technology.
So much for not being a problem.
Pretty problematic, Reba.
Anyways, let's start the show off how we always go. We're going right into the BOTA news. Somebody fucking kill me.
That is such a long sequence for Thank
What?
you, Reba, for playing your very...
My tip fell out.
What have we become?
I'm a survivor.
I
Okay.
hate this.
Sure. Why not? NFL news.
I was born in Oklahoma.
I thought you said Nashville.
I'm
I
glad
was
you double
wrong.
checked
So
that you were
close.
unsure. So that's good.
I'm gonna be
Her
drinking what I
heart was
call
born in
a Reba Beba.
What?
I'm having a Reba Beba.
Bring a ding a durga.
It's
Oh.
it's what happens when you mix a Truly lemon with a Truly
Oh.
lemon.
Better than a Pibble's surprise, I can
Oh,
tell you
no.
that.
Oh,
Not
I
a Pibble
threw up a lot
surprise.
after-
Not a
Don't worry,
Pibble
don't worry.
surprise, please.
I do assume that Mr. Pibbles threw up a lot after consuming those.
Is that an assumption or a guarantee? Because I feel like it's the latter.
I'm a survivor.
I'm gonna be
NFL
honest,
news?
Reba. You really let yourself go with the facial hair.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Vikings former first-round pick Jeff Gladney was released.
Good.
Yep.
You want to tell us why, Zach?
Yeah, I was just kind of waiting to see if anybody had a comment on that, but he was indicted for assault by a grand jury.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Vikings also had an awesome post that they released him instantly, that they just do not tolerate it, and it was no questions asked, which is awesome.
That's
Yeah.
the way it should be, yeah.
By a grand jury. I don't
Yep.
think there was much option here.
No.
Well, and
Right,
today's NFL, you never know.
It wasn't an
Right.
accusation. It wasn't like, oh, maybe he did. He was indicted by a grand jury. Like, at that point, you have to say, yeah, we don't associate with this man anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, we've had multiple convictions though, and people are still in the league or get to play the next season or something. I don't know. I think it's a good move.
It absolutely is. It's the only move. I agree.
What's your thoughts, Reba?
I'm lightheaded. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my God.
Lightheaded.
Next up on the agenda, the Panthers had to waive JT Ivey after a helmet-to-helmet hit on wide
Where's
receiver
that?
Keith
I have
Kirkwood.
no idea who that even is.
I don't
He's from
either, and I
South
saw the
Carolina.
video. I saw the video, and honestly, like, it didn't seem like a lot. Honestly,
Wait,
It didn't
did
look
they-
like a
did they
crazy late hit or
release him?
anything. It didn't look like he was targeting. I'm a little confused on it, but it is.
I mean, it honestly reminded me of like what the NHL like Department of Safety looks for when they're determining a bad hit or not. Like, because he was going up, he left his feet, and the point of contact was the head, but it wasn't that bad.
And it's one of those plays that was kind of bang bang over the middle, like
Mhm.
Right.
bodies
And
just kind of crashing into each other. I don't know that they should have up and
I
waived him.
thought
was
that,
gonna
that
say,
The
was...
thing that did it though
you
is
have
because it
to
was a
assume-
practice.
You also have to assume there had to have been issues that weren't made public. Maybe some other stuff in the locker room, some other hits, right? Because you're
Maybe.
right. It's also like how talented was the player? Because it's easier to waive a player who's not really struggling to make that like last roster piece versus like I don't know, like if it was a Von Miller level talent kind of player, in which case you'd be like, oh, hold on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
no,
feel
I
that.
completely agree. It's a name that obviously we haven't really heard before. And like you said, there has to be something else going into it. It can't just be that one hit. Like, someone makes a hit like that, you take them onto the sidelines and say, dude, you can't do that.
Right,
and,
right.
And move on. You don't just say, dude, you can't do that, bye.
You can't do that, and you're fired.
Right. Zero tolerance for
Yeah.
questionable hits in practice. Like,
All right, yeah. Well, I honestly like I don't get
I'm right there with you.
I don't understand what's going on in the corner.
My tits keep falling out.
God dang it, Reba!
It's being very sultry over there. All right, next
You
up.
promised you
That
weren't
looked
going to be a
great, though.
problem, and all you've been. Wow, you're jacked, Reba. You're shredded.
Rita's
I've been hitting the roads.
That explains the chest hair. Zach Wilson
heard
has
of Chris
finally
Benoit?
reported to Jets camp and has signed his deal, so that's good. Good for Jets fans.
It was only a matter of time before he showed up. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
But it's a very Jet situation to have him hold out right off the bat.
James, are you wearing coral number 5? Sorry, Reba, are you wearing coral number 5?
I don't know. My girlfriend, I'm now a lesbian apparently, put lipstick on my face.
Okay.
Heard.
Because
All right,
I'm a
well,
survivor.
good
I'm a
for-
kid again.
Good for Zach Wilson.
Both of my
Anyways,
tits
let's
fell
move on.
Wait,
Quentin Nelson has to undergo the same exact foot surgery that fuck. Why can't I think of his name
Carson
now?
Wentz.
Carson
Thank
Wentz.
you. Carson Wentz has to undergo. So
I mean, that's
they're
just
losing
unfortunate.
their 2 top players to the same injury.
Did they just kick
I
their
don't know if
feet
Carson
together really hard at the same time, and now they're both like?
They
"All right,
must
we're
have.
hurt."
I don't know. I
Well,
don't fucking know what's going
Carson
on.
Wentz has glass bones and paper skin, so
Yeah.
every morning I wake up, break my legs.
Yeah, this is
Yep,
it's
yep.
tough. It's tough.
You also because that roster was shredded.
So this brings me to a little sidebar discussion.
Uh-oh.
Should Colts fans be worried about these injuries?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have your quarterback.
No,
No shit. And your top guard,
Nelson.
or your top offensive lineman.
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. If you weren't worried when your quarterback went down, you can't sit there and be like, well, now we're in trouble. No, you were in trouble when your quarterback went down. The guard going down is an interchangeable piece. I know that's going to be a weird thing to say, but you can hire. It is easier.
Yeah,
to
I
sit
don't.
a skill
I
position
can't say
player
that
like
with Quentin Nelson. That's blasphemous.
No,
He's
most offensive linemen in the league go down. You say, all right, we'll find somebody else. You got guys like Quentin Nelson going down. You're not replacing him
No.
with anybody
No,
that you're going
but
to
here's the thing. If you replace him with another guard, it's like, all right, whatever. We have 4 other guys in the line. We'll just have to do it. You have to replace your quarterback. That is a one-man position. You're like, this guy, it's all on that. You know what I mean? Like, you're replacing Quentin Nelson. That sucks, and you're not going to find another talent like him. But you rally the line around your quarterback, and you go, guys, we don't have Nelson. We just have to do what we got to do with us 5. You don't have your quarterback. That's a different battle.
Well, I mean, honestly though, for me, it's like you kind of look at what the Colts were last year, and a lot of it ran through JT. And if you don't have Quentin Nelson, then JT doesn't perform as well. I mean, that domino for me is bigger than not having Carson Wentz, because you can find a decent replacement for him and still function if you still have Quentin Nelson. But if you don't have either, you're fucked. It's not good.
I think that the Colts running game last year was phenomenal. I think that they're set up to be significantly better this year with Marlon Mack coming back. But without Quentin Nelson, that whole thing just becomes a question mark. You can't rely on the running game like you would have been able to sit back on without Carson Wentz. You could have thrown one of the young guys in a quarterback, Eason or Ellinger or whatever. But without your top lineman on top of that, now your running game takes a hit. And I don't see this offense being very good at all for the first couple weeks of the season, at least.
No, and then the hope is that they can rely on that good defense they had last year, but you never really know. Year by year. At least they're in a nice, easy division. The front half of their schedule does look pretty easy.
Yes. Yeah,
That's a Reba promise. My tit fell out again.
There it is.
Every time I move my
your
arm,
tit will
it
fall
falls
out
out.
again. Wait, is the Reba promise that your tit will fall out again, or that the
Oh
Colts
my
have a
God,
busy schedule?
fucking Christ almighty. All right, so I think
I'm
we can all
desperate for
agree
work.
that Colts fans need to worry.
Yes, they do.
Panic.
All right, cool.
Yes.
All right, moving
Hell
on.
yeah.
The Saints signed Devonta Freeman because
Why?
they needed him. I don't know.
Why would you whatever.
I don't know why you would need to sign Devonta Freeman when your backfield already consists of Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, but that's beyond me.
It just sounds like money that they don't have being spent on.
I
people
know.
that they
Well,
don't.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
well, that's the
these are
thing. It's
players
like
they don't need.
well, Drew Brees isn't here, so here's some money. Like,
Honestly.
I feel like that's what happened.
I mean, I don't know. For a team that's as in cap hell as the Saints have been, that's just a baffling move. I don't know. You have a rock solid backfield. You have a bunch of people that you're not going to be able to keep on.
Like,
Why
I
are
don't...
you fucking signing?
Right, it doesn't make sense to sign someone like that. Like, I get it, he's had proven success. But that success means he costs more. Like, you could just take a flyer out on some nobody who could potentially be better down the line or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either, but moving forward.
No, don't fucking move forward till I say I'm done. I got a song that reminds me of this situation right here.
Oh my god.
I don't know the words. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You just sang it in concert. Now you don't know the words.
I blacked out. My tip fell out again. I think we're just gonna live with it on the floor now.
I was high on Percocet.
On the floor? Excuse me?
I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs. How do you think I keep a fucking house?
Did Reba even have kids?
I'm a survivor.
Okay. Devonta Smith, speaking of Smiths,
You mean
sprained his
Devontae?
MCL. Huh?
You mean Devontae's?
Devonta Smith?
Yeah. You said speaking of Smiths, speaking of Devonta's. Devonta Freeman, Devonta Smith.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, speaking of Devontas, you're right.
That transition
Fuck.
there, Zach.
God damn it. You're right. Speaking of Devontas, Devonta Smith sprains his MCL. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks. I don't really think that's really going to impact the Eagles
What
much.
team is it? Okay, Eagles. Thank you.
Eagles.
I'm a survivor.
God dang it! Why is your name "My Tit Fell Out" again?
I just noticed that.
I don't have any choice. I did not set it that way. Reba.
Let's get into
NBA.
Rob's favorite portion, the NBA.
Hell yeah!
Let's start
I have
off.
So many times.
Let's start off, though, before we get into the actual NBA, let's start off with the Olympic basketball. U.S. Olympic basketball. And the first thing on the agenda here is the men's team has turned it around. They got back on track. They ended up beating, I have it in the notes here.
You have it streaming at the bottom that men's Olympic basketball beat Spain, which implies that everybody who plays Olympic basketball just targeted and beat up Spain on the court, and Spain's like, well, this sucks. Like, every single major star was like, just throw basketballs at Spain.
Fuck Spain.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Rude to Flo, and I
They beat
apologize.
Spain 95-81 in the quarterfinals and one of the semis.
Every man beat Spain.
They lost to France, obviously, and they got upset in the first game of the group play, but they ended up beating Iran in the Czech Republic.
Mhm.
Cool.
What about
because France
What
actually
about
has
that?
like a decent team.
Yes,
Rudy
France
Gobert,
does have a
Evan
decent
Fournier.
team.
It's actually not. It's
And
not
so
out
does
of the realm of
Spain.
possibility. Yeah,
Yeah,
Even though
but
they're
have you
old.
seen the U.S. men's team? Come on.
yeah.
Come
No,
on.
I have. I'm not trying to be like they should. You know what I'm saying.
They're barely survivors.
Remember that all of those guys lost to Giannis, who is Greek.
Okay.
Yeah, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
All at once. Giannis
No, he's
dunked on all 30 of
Drew,
them.
that's a mistake.
they're like,
he is,
"Here's
he
the
is
trophy."
Greek all the time. I don't understand what you're saying.
Sorry, Zach, you going?
I'm a survivor.
Thank you,
Okay.
Reba.
Thanks, Reba. Let's move on.
I gotta do this thing with my face. Makes it look like I'm constantly having a stroke.
The women's team was set to play Australia today. I don't know what the outcome of that
4
was.
p.m.
I can't even follow along.
4 a.m.
Is it 4 a.m.?
Japan time.
Were they really? That sucks.
Yep.
Oh, I'll still look.
I'm tired.
Let's see. The United States, they beat Australia 79-55.
79-55. When Reba McEntire was born.
Okay.
1955. Christopher
Move on to the
Reba
semifinals,
facts.
just like the men's team. Good for them. Amazing.
Welcome to
Let's
the new
talk about-
BOTA segment, Reba Facts.
Let's talk about the actual NBA. And I think the first big... I mean, we could do trades, but I'm actually going to do a contract extension first, and then we'll get into trades.
Yeah, who
because
you got?
Steph Curry
Steph
became
Curry.
the highest paid NBA player of all time with that deal. Right there.
Which is not surprising because it's Steph Curry, who's going to go down as
Four-
reinventing
Twice.
basketball.
4
Right.
years, $215 million.
He makes
But he is also the
13
only player to do that twice.
He makes $13,000 per minute
Per
of an
minute.
NBA game that he plays.
That's insane.
I saw that
we're-
breakdown. It's
We're
crazy.
we're in the wrong career.
Oh, actually.
Yeah,
no.
we just
Speak
have
for
to
yourself.
ruin
Yeah, we're in the
NBA.
wrong career.
become absolute machines at shooting 3 points.
That's a super max contract. I mean, I don't know how you would
Speak
expect
for
any of us to
yourself,
get that.
Robert. I have a Grammy, probably.
Thank you. Probably.
Are you sure?
I may or may not.
You're
have
not
won a
sure?
Grammy.
I don't know. Percocets.
What?
I'll be
I'm a
super curious to
survivor.
see how this contract affects the NBA going forward. Right? Obviously, supermax deals then set the precedent for every other player going forward, and whether or not you're gonna, obviously it's gonna be rare to see a player break that. It's not impossible, but you're also like players on lower end deals are gonna be like, well, listen, if teams are gonna drop 215 on Curry, like you could give me a little bit more than what I have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Also, supermax deals, you can never trust them, right? It was like last year or 2 years ago, Mookie signed a massive deal, and then Trout signed a massive deal. Remember when Giancarlo Stanton signed like a 10-year deal to be in a?
Remember when he was relevant?
Yeah. Oh my God. Remember when he
Remember
would
when
just hit
James would
dingers?
show up to the show?
But Steph Curry,
I
what,
do.
he's 31 years old, 4-year. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Again, the stat for that is $13,500 whatever dollars a minute on
Of
the court.
basketball time.
So that's just asinine. But anyways, I wanted to point that out to you guys. That's obviously fucking insane. But we will
It's
move on
huge.
to all of the transactions, I guess, that have happened to the NBA. I mean, most of them happening yesterday and today.
Yeah.
So, I just have it here by team, and if I miss any, just let me know. The Heat got Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker, so
He's got a fatter ass than I
Well,
do.
I think the PJ Tucker one is the most important one because him leaving Milwaukee does make Milwaukee a weaker team. And he was kind of one of those unsung heroes going in in the playoffs. I think he's a great player. I think it's a great acquisition for Miami over Kyle Lowry, who's still very good.
I mean, PJ Tucker to me plays more like a depth piece. Kyle Lowry is a guy that you're going to get into your building to rally your team and really get the guys going. I mean, any team that's adding Kyle Lowry to the forefront, especially when you already have a guy like Jimmy Butler, when you're adding a guy like PJ Tucker for depth, that Heat team is getting better. They're a young core, and I think that they're going to be something to watch out for sure. That's a great move both ways.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know if all the signings will last, though. I mean, there's just so many going off right now, and kind of like we saw last year, a lot of teams take these players in. It's not that it's a shit show, and then they're almost instantly out. And that's, I think, why that we're seeing so many trades and moves right now.
Well, and I'll get to the OKC one when we cover that, but that's an example of a team signing a player and then just being like, oh no, we're gonna let you go outright. And buy you out to save cap space.
Well, I don't really know how to transition off of that, but I'll just go right into what the Bulls got.
Hell yeah!
All right,
Bulls
let's do
got
it.
nasty.
The Bulls
Their
got
color matches my hair.
Thank you, Reba.
orange.
That's
Bright red.
Percocet orange.
Doesn't
I
look like.
chose the wrong color.
All right. Chicago got Lonzo
was
and they got
limited.
DeMar DeRozan. So that is
DeRozan.
interesting.
Lonzo
DeRozan.
Ball is going to be
Sure.
great there.
You think so? Good fit.
Oh my god, absolutely. It is a little unfortunate because I did like the Lonzo to Zion connection. I thought that was a lot of fun. But I think Lonzo needs to be more of the focal point of his team, and I think DeMar DeRozan is not the focal point. He's your pure scorer. I do not think he's the same player he was years ago, so I think a lot of those plays are going to run through Lonzo. I think a lot of that team's going to run through him. I'm super excited.
Okay.
I also really like DeMar DeRozan. I'm just saying, like, as the years go on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they already have is it Fuelich? Is that how you pronounce it?
Vucevic?
Vucevic? There it is.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Vucevic.
Vucevic?
Sorry,
They
I
have,
butchered names.
Zach
Don't
Levine.
don't they have Otto Porter Jr.? Did they get him?
I
Nope,
don't.
never mind. He
don't
went to the Magic for Vucevic. Vucevic.
Gotcha.
Zach Levine.
Zach Levine, what a stud!
Yes,
One of
also Zach Levine.
honestly, a top 5 underrated player in the NBA. I mean, that guy's a
Is that the guy from Maroon 5?
I was just gonna ask that.
God damn it!
I mean, like, I'm gonna keep going through these transactions, but it's just gonna be like every contending team in the East somehow got a little bit better, and the Celtics did absolutely nothing.
The Lakers got okay. First of all, the Celtics always do nothing because they're
So
just like
stupid.
that. The Lakers did not get better. I will stand here and tell you, I do not.
No,
think
in the
Lakers got
East.
better.
In the East.
Oh, I thought you said in general.
Fucking
Yes, we can-
listen, Rob.
We can
Yeah,
get
it's
we
on
can
me.
get to the Lakers. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the Lakers. Because they're literally next up on my list. So the Lakers sign Trevor Ariza back and get Carmelo and trade for Russell Westbrook.
It's just they're so old.
Like, really?
They have 3 players over 36.
That's
And
ridiculous.
8 players over 32.
Yeah, so much for a super team.
Well, no, it's still
More
a
like a
super
pooper
team,
team.
but
It's
it's
just
like
a super team from 2015.
okay, fair. I'll take that.
Like, don't get me wrong. If we're sitting here next year and the Lakers have just won another championship, it's not out of the realm of the
Oh, it's
possibility.
insufferable.
LeBron can do whatever he wants because LeBron's the GOAT. But I do not think adding Westbrook. You heard it here first. I'm a LeBron over Jordan fan. I'm not going to get into that now. I think that team got. First of all, why they got Dwight Howard in their getting older phase is so beyond me. What Dwight Howard brings to the team, I do not understand.
I don't want to say that, but let's just say Dwight Howard moves to more teams than really that's necessary. But
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. But Reba is looking very intoxicated
I
right
also
now.
saw this, like,
I'm sober. I just don't know what to do.
All right. Okay.
Zoom in on Reba real
great
quick.
Photo.
Yeah, I can make Reba the.
Beautiful.
She totally has lipstick in her mustache.
Hell yeah.
That's unsettling.
brother.
Heckin' right, brother.
Heck yeah. You want to
Can
see
you like
my-
puck your
Oh.
lips for us or something?
Hey, come on over.
Oh, sorry. All right, there you go.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's sultry. Great.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I saw this great photo where it shows Russell, going for a 3, and like LeBron's giving him like half the court to shoot because they just weren't afraid of him, and they're like, and this is the guy that you went out to sign to be your final piece. And I was like, yeah, that's great.
whatever. I mean, the Lakers be the Lakers. You know how that is. I guess my last big re-sign for me would be Chris Paul staying in Phoenix, but I don't really know. I'm obviously missing stuff. Oh, well, obviously Kemba Walker going to the Knicks today.
That's
Was
going to be a
big.
good team.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You got 2 older guards. Where's the youth? RJ Barrett's all you got.
LG Barrett's all you need.
Are you sure?
100%.
All right. I don't believe you.
Chris Paul re-signing with the Suns to me just feels like I want to recapture what I almost had, and not a Chris Paul move, which is normally one based on smarts. And this one to me just seems like salty that I didn't get the championship. Let's run it back. But it's dude.
It could seem like that, or it also seems like Chris Paul feels like that team can still go out next year and win a title. Like, if he didn't feel like they were going to be able to contend again, he would not have stayed. So I think that says a lot about that Phoenix team, and that
Right, and I mean, like,
Paul's willing to stick around.
if you're saying like, oh well, he makes smart decisions, all that kind of stuff, he hasn't won that championship yet. So maybe like he's going into this like, you know what, like no, like this is where I want to play. I don't care if it's smart for me. We almost had it. Let's run it back. And like Drew said, like if it's a run it back scenario, or like I guess you said, Rob, too, but like he's going with his gut rather than his brain, I guess, at this point. So maybe he's trying something different at this point in his career to just try and see if it works for him.
And I mean,
That's
re-signing
my
to
guess.
play with Devin Booker is not the worst thing in the world.
No, God, no. I mean, one of the best players under 25. So Yeah. Anyways, I don't have any more NBA stuff. I don't know if I missed any transactions. I probably did.
Oh yeah, the Celtics signed Aeneas Kanter.
Cool.
Back.
Enes Kanter
Great.
back from Portland. Who the fuck cares? Oh God.
No!
Oh my
No!
God. What was that?
I saw that Raymond Mysterio Reba McEntire fusion. I don't want to see it.
Oh no! Oh God! No!
I really don't have. Okay.
No!
Okay. Anything else that I missed, Rob, besides Enes Kanter?
No, change it from basketball.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's go right into the. Oh my God. Let's move right into the NHL.
Hell yeah.
I only got a couple things, so we'll move through this quickly. Marc-Andre Fleury is intending to play for the Blackhawks, so that's a big thing.
Baby.
Still so fucking weird to see him.
It's
in a
gonna be
Blackhawks
so.
jersey.
It's gonna be
so
bizarre.
Wrap my head around it. And that, honestly, at his point though, like, what is his reasoning? Why wouldn't he retire?
Why would he? He's still playing very good hockey.
He just won the fucking Vezina. Why would he retire?
I don't know. If I was like sold out by a team like that I put my heart and soul into, I'd be so pissed. I don't know if going to like the Blackhawks is, you know.
But like the Blackhawks are building a decent team. Like
they're definitely building.
Jonathan
and
Taves and Patrick Kane are getting older, but like they've been doing really good draft. They've been doing really good draft-wise, and they're building a solid squad. I mean, they're getting rid of their core from, 7 years ago now, finally, but, that's good. I can't do this.
No, I think it's I think it would have been a shame to see Marc-Andre Fleury retire at this point in time. It would have been like if Aaron Rodgers decided to retire instead of coming back to.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm racist.
Oh my God.
You're
okay.
what?
All right. I removed him. Let's see if he gets back in. I think he can add himself, so I can get add himself. All right.
How dare you? I'm a single mom that works 2 jobs, and one of them's wrestling.
All right. Let's move on. Jesus Christ. Oh, he doesn't want it. I know a lot of people were shitting on the Kraken for their draft. Rightly so. I mean, there were some really strange picks. I mean, Drew and I did that draft special, and some of the picks we were watching, we were like, what the fuck? It's starting to make sense now. Especially what they did with free agency. I mean, we went over this last week, but I just wanted to give a quick thing on. Is he wearing a Batman mask? Yep. So, in free agency, the Kraken ended up signing Philip Grubauer, so Vezina candidate, goaltender, Jaden Schwartz from the Blues, and then Alexander Wenberg from the Panthers. So, that gives them those first line roles. And some of the players that we were like, how are they going to fit into this equation? They're going to fit in for depth. And I think that the Kraken are building a very good team. I just think that they were smart. They picked players that were going to last for them and then went out in free agency and really signed their marquee players there. So I think that was smart of them to do because I think Philip Grubauer is a good goaltender. I think Jaden Schwartz is a very good player. He's a very good leader. Was for the Blues. Should be for the Kraken. And Alexander Wenberg is a very underrated forward, so it's going to be fun to watch him over there. So
I agree.
All right, cool. Well, let's move right in. Our last, I guess, major sport, and that is the MLB. MLB, boys. I don't know baseball, but guess what? It doesn't fucking matter because we're going to talk about the trade deadline recap. A lot of shit went down.
Yep.
I mean,
none of it for the Red Sox.
Well, I mean, they got Kyle Schwarber, but that's about it. And they got a pitcher. They got a pitcher, but again, same thing. I kind of did like the big names and the 5 teams that got the big names. So the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Giants, the Red Sox, and the Mets all made big moves, I would say.
God, the Dodgers proved the salary cap is just a fun number they just
it's
randomly
bullshit.
write down.
And
I love my Dodgers, but that team is just absurd. It's like playing a fantasy draft.
Yeah, and Rob is talking about the fact that they acquired Max Scherzer and Trey Turner from the Nationals.
Yep.
So
Absurd.
yeah, it's
Two
ridiculous.
of the Nationals' best
Oh my
3
God.
players
still
somehow end up on the fucking Dodgers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Great.
go Dodgers!
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't get
Also-
how that's even possible. How
My
it was
favorite-
even on the table and completed. It's
Because the Dodgers have deeper pockets than the United States Treasury. It's
Wow.
Not wrong.
Not the
take-
lie.
I
My favorite thing that happened with that whole scenario was how the first report was like the Padres were close to a deal with Scherzer, and then out of nowhere, or close to getting a trade for Scherzer, and out of nowhere, the Dodgers are like, nah.
No,
this was,
no.
yeah, exactly. This wasn't
Sorry.
even the Dodgers trying to improve. This was the Dodgers trying to keep the Padres from getting 2 more very, very
No,
good
but
players.
that's how I felt about the Red Sox, because it was like everything under the report. Red Sox are talking to the Cubs for Anthony Rizzo, and then, oh yeah, the Yankees just signed Anthony Rizzo. I'm like, what? Did he get off on the wrong stop? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Not that I think the Red Sox necessarily needed an Anthony Rizzo. I am standing firm saying the Red Sox need to go out and get a fucking pitcher. But
Yeah,
whatever.
Scherzer.
Schwarber, when he comes back, might be okay, but it's not
what
what
we
they
need.
needed to do.
And then,
Not
of
a
course,
need.
after the trade deadline, they start like a 5-game skid
Right.
where they're just. I think they're winning right now, but last I checked, they're like on like a 5 or 6 game.
they're up like 4-0. Yeah. Yeah, they've been in a skid.
Yeah, which happens to every team, and we haven't really had a skid this year, so ours was due. But in this trade deadline, when you almost have to wonder if the Red Sox organization is a little shocked about where they are in the standings, and they're thinking, crap, like we didn't go into this year thinking we were going to be contenders, let's be honest with ourselves. So we didn't plan to get after anybody at the trade market, and now they're sitting in a game behind first place, and they're like, all right, whatever, Kyle Schwarber, he's free, get him. Like, really? Okay.
I don't know, but leading up to the trade deadline, I feel like these conversations should have been had. I mean, not to say that they weren't, but I really can't picture Kai and Bloom going into trade deadline day saying, oh shit, by the way, we're a game back of first place, let's figure out who to go get. I don't know if asking prices were too high. We know the philosophy is not go out and get pieces and trade away your future to win now. So I don't know if it had something to do with that or what, but the
Did
Red
you
Sox
guys-
absolutely.
Did you guys hear the comments from the Cubs organization essentially blaming the 3 guys for leaving the organization, Chris Bryant and Javier Baez? Essentially said that they had offered contracts to all of them, and the full quote was something like, teams offer contract extensions to players, and if players choose not to sign, that's them being business. It's pretty much him saying, like, hey, we tried to keep them, they didn't want to be here. Like, I don't know. I just feel like coming off of okay, let me guess. Back up. Context is key. After the trade deadline, he had expressed how he wanted all 3 of those players to re-sign in the offseason. That was his big hope. Then to turn around in your next interview and go, hey, we tried to sign them, they didn't want it, just doesn't feel like a good extension for the handshake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of shitty at any point in time for a team or a player to throw the other under the bus
Yeah,
for
massive
not signing
shade.
a contract. Like,
And then he threw it
Do
to
what
all of
fucking
his
want.
stars. You know what I mean? Like, that just felt directed at all of them. But, and in the players' defense, they all needed to go somewhere else. Like, they're all too
absolutely.
good to sit on the Cubs right now.
oh yeah, no, that Cubs team needs a retool. They need to step up. They need to let some youth flood in and get building another contending team because
Yeah.
that core wasn't doing it. Half of them were hurt most of the time, so it doesn't really
Right.
matter.
And they were kind of riding that coattails of that 2016 championship.
Which you
Right,
can't
right.
do when the 4 best players from your 2016 team are A, gone, or B, on the injured
Yeah.
reserve for
Yeah.
75% of the season. That's
Yup. What did they get? I think they got rid of Chris Bryant and Craig Kimbrell are 2 All-Stars.
Yep, Kimbrell went to the White Sox. Chris
Bobby
Bryant
Bryant.
went to the
Which literally for him is just riding down on the highway.
Padres. Bye, Chris.
I'm out. Have fun.
Kimbrell going is whenever a closer moves, it's to a team that is looking to contend. Closers are never shopped for just the fun of it. Whereas certain players you think get shopped just to get shopped. When you get a closer, it's because you're thinking that you're on the cusp of a championship. And
Yeah.
Kimbrell's a good player. He's having a great year this year.
Yeah, I mean,
if-
he's
if
always
you're
been a
gonna-
good. He's always
you
been a
have-
good player. I mean, obviously he had. Sorry, Drew. He had a. There was one season where he didn't have a great season with the Sox, but good
Yeah.
player. Go,
Yep.
Drew. Sorry.
With a guy like Craig Kimbrell, and the White Sox, again, like you said, Rob, are absolutely right on the doorstep of a championship. And with a guy like Craig Kimbrell, I feel like the ideal situation to find yourself acquiring him is in a mid-season trade, in a year where you're saying, hey, look, we are playing very well. We think we have a shot this year. Because if you go out and get Craig Kimbrell as a piece to be like, yeah, next 2 or 3 years, that's our window, we have Craig Kimbrell. No, that's not going to work. You have to go out and get him when you need him. Because just letting him sit around on the team just has proven to not work.
And there's a certain strategy to waiting to get your closer midway through the season at the trade deadline. You're going to face a lot of the same teams in your division you've already faced. By the most part, they've sized up your roster. Everyone is kind of preparing for you a certain way. Then you throw into the mix a Craig Kimbrell, and that changes your game plan immensely, right? Players have to adapt to that. Versus, like you totally said, Drew, getting someone in the offseason, it's a little bit different. You have time to prepare. The contract is different. The expectations get loftier. I just feel like when you get a skill player like that mid-season, there's this really cool strategy to it. This nice component of like mixing it up. Which I always thought was kind of cool in baseball.
No, exactly. I completely agree. And like you said, that's a great point, is you need to come out and find a way to be a step ahead of the teams in your division that you've already played countless times. And going out and getting a new guy to shut down the games is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Great way to do it. And
I always thought at the trade deadline, baseball was the easiest sport to just chuck players into a lineup and make it work. Basketball, it can be a little bit tougher. Maybe it doesn't mesh right away. Baseball is just like, hey, dude, like you just the exact same thing you were doing on the Cubs. Just come do that here. We just ask you wear a gray jersey. That's it.
right, exactly. And on this pitching staff, Craig Kimbrell's not really going to be looked at as the guy. I mean, they have other guys that can come out and close games. He hasn't been on the team. They had a closer. They have Liam Hendricks. They have guys like Lucas Giolito. They have Carlos Rodon, who was a great closer for a couple years. So there's not a whole lot of pressure on Kimbrell to come in and just be the guy for the rest of the season.
Right.
That workload can be shared a little bit, and come playoff time, then you can step on the Craig Kimbrell train.
Yeah, and again,
I
the
like
best.
It's a great move.
I love the move for him too, because he doesn't have to move. He literally just takes like a highway exit 3 instead of 2, and he's at the stadium.
Right.
It's like that's got to be the easiest. When you get traded from Chicago to Chicago, you got to be like, all right, so like I don't have to do anything. It's just I have to change my mailing address. I just got to go down the road.
Do you even have to change? Does he have to move houses? I think his mailing address is perfectly fine.
Right. No, that's like I always wondered that, like how players like. Okay, I guess it's an interesting way I'm trying to phrase this. So let's say you're going into the year and you have an inclination that you're probably going to get traded at the deadline, right? You've signed with the team, and whether or not you've said it, you have it in the back of mind, like this team's not going to go anywhere. Do you maybe just rent until the trade deadline, and then you're like, oh my god, what, I got traded? That's so weird. Good thing I rented. Like
literally.
Versus, like I can't imagine a player's like, I'm going to buy this house right now. I got traded. What? I just bought a house. Like I always wondered about that about sports.
Fair.
And James twirling his like mustache, his hair's looking great right now, guys. By the way, it's so good, dude. It's clean.
It's good to be back.
I've just come back from the forest. All of my friends are Reba's gone.
Reba's gone, and that wig was itchy.
Oh, I'm sure.
That was not worth every dime I spent on that.
How much did you spend?
Just to put it in perspective for the White Sox, Liam Hendricks this year has like 26 saves. He's got a .72 WHIP and a sub-3 ERA, 2.47. So like they're adding an arm. I don't even know if Craig Kimbrell's going to have a closing role on this team. He might just
he might just be there. He might just be there.
I mean, you could do 8-9. You could do 8-9.
He might just be a setup guy, maybe even a middle reliever.
Which isn't the worst thing in the world for Craig Kimbrell.
No, the stress is off, and he can get a little difficult when the pressure mounts. We saw that sometimes with the Red Sox. But you're totally right. If they chuck him in like a relief role, bro, you don't got to stress, dude. Just throw the ball for an inning or two, and we'll get someone else to finish it. I'd be like, that.
Right, and
good.
Imagine having to go in being down a couple runs at the end of a game, having to face Craig Kimbrell in the 7th or 8th inning, and then Liam Hendricks afterwards, who's been shut down all year. This staff just became a whole lot better because of the versatility that Kimbrell provides the rest of the players on the staff. So I don't know. The White Sox are legit good. Real scary team.
All right. Any more MLB chat from you gents? I don't have anything else.
I love the Cubs collapse. I just love it.
Yeah,
They
can we
start
also
off the year
discuss how,
so
like,
hot, then they turn into. Oh, sorry.
No,
No,
keep
it's
going.
fine, Rob. I wasn't talking. Go ahead.
Thank God. The Cubs and the Nationals have jettisoned their entire teams.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Completely. They should just merge and form one team, the Washington Cubs.
I'm sure
Maybe they
fans would be super pleased about that.
They'll meet somewhere in the middle at St. Louis, and they'll just form a team.
Yeah, form a team in St. Louis. That's a good idea.
Called the Rams.
Team is already there.
That's what St. Louis needs is a second baseball team. It's like I know you guys want the Rams back,
How
but
about
here's the Cardinals too. No.
That's exactly what they're gonna. There's Cardinals too. It's the same bird.
But it's
they
COO. It's like
flip-
also the Cardinals.
they flip
Yadier
the,
Molina is still
logo.
on the Cardinals too, though.
Mm-hmm.
He plays for both.
It's just going to be a whole nother round of the conception of the Cardinals, and the new St. Louis team is just going to be the feeder team for the actual Cardinals. They're just going to be a
Yes.
farm team, basically.
Call them the bird feeder.
The bird
that.
feeders.
It's the best name ever.
Oh, that's
It's actually
You're
really
welcome,
good.
America.
Oh, that's
really
so
good. Well, let's go through standing updates. Basically, everything is the same as last week, except we do have a change in the AL East. The Tampa Bay Rays have taken over first place from the Boston Red Sox. I think only temporarily because they're basically tied right now. But the AL Central, the White Sox, the AL West, the Houston Astros. Then we move over to the NL. In the East, we have the Mets. The Central, we have the Brewers. And the West, we have the Giants. So those are your MLB standing updates. Thank you for joining us. All right, we're moving. We're moving fast. James, F1, go.
Hey! All right. So, Hungarian Grand Prix just went down. Fuck, it was electric. It is why I love F1 racing. The first turn didn't even fucking start the race fully yet. First turn, it was wet. The dude overestimated how good his brakes were and just drove into the side of one of the Red Bull drivers, Perez, knocked him out, almost knocked out Verstappen. I believe knocked out Lando Norris, although I might be wrong about that. Eliminated himself from the race. That was only turn 1, so they had to do a full restart at turn 3. Skies clear up. Lewis Hamilton's the only one on the line. It was fucking sick. And then he had to pit because he realized he had the wrong tires on and didn't have he had wet tires on. So then he's playing from behind. He comes back, I think it was like 10 spots, something like that, to knock himself. He was in last? All right, thanks on the back. He was in last. He jumped all those spots. I think it was 14 at the time that were available. And pulled off a second place finish. And towards the end had an amazing battle where Alonso was just blocking him off around like the turns. He was doing such good driving defensively. It was a masterclass. But Lewis Hamilton pulls it off, gets second place. Esteban Ocon gets his first podium finish ever. And Sebastian Vettel, I believe as well, who finished third, got his first podium. It was so much fun.
All right. Crazy stuff. All right, well, that is F1 with James. We'll be back next week. I don't know. And we're moving on to, I guess, general Olympics news. I think all I'm gonna do is look up the medal update for you guys and just give that to you.
All right, well, you're doing that. Can I talk about Tristan Cassis?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Tristan Cassis of the Red Sox. Fucking slaps. He is showing up. I couldn't, for some reason, for the life of me, find who he's tied. All right, he's tied with some guy in Israel for the home run record right now, but he's leading the Olympics
Ian
with...
Kinsler?
Is it Ian Kinsler?
I mean, Ian Kinsler plays for Team Israel, so it might be.
Maybe.
He's the only person you know on Team Israel, so it must be Ian Kinsler.
Probably.
Either way, he's leading with 8 RBIs. He is tied for first in home runs. He is the number 26 prospect in the MLB, and he's, I think, the Red Sox number 3 prospect right now.
Not even
So we'll
top
see him.
25, fucking scrub.
Couldn't even make 25. Pussy.
You know who is top 25? MLB Pipeline's number 2 overall prospect, Drew Daniels.
Should be.
Yeah.
Honestly, a gyp that he's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's just good to see him go, and he's destroying. I didn't realize he was as tall as he is. He's 6'4", and he's huge as a third baseman.
Are we talking about Tristan Cassis?
Hell yeah.
He's the Red Sox number 1 prospect.
Is he number 1? I thought he was 3. All right, well, that makes more sense.
Uno.
Oh, I guess technically Duran is out as number 1, so...
Yeah.
Duran is number 3. Jeter Downs is number 2.
Oh, okay.
Jaron Duran is not a prospect anymore. He's in the league. He's on the show, man.
I mean, shit,
Well,
yeah.
that's what
he
I'm
just hit a
saying, like,
banger tonight,
that's what I
dude.
was saying,
First
though.
name, prospect number 5, Gilberto Jimenez. That's my favorite name, Gilberto.
I've
I like
actually
that.
heard that.
Did we get Gilberto in a trade?
There's the-
I could have... We might have. I feel like
Uh.
that's a name I remember in a trade. But, yeah, exciting stuff. I've been following that, too, with Casas about, you know, it's going to be good when he comes into the league. And...
I don't know where he's going to play, but it's going to be good.
I don't know. It's gonna, what is he?
You got-
What's his natural position?
I think he was drafted as a shortstop, but he plays third base now.
I don't know.
I want Jeter Downs up, too. I love Jeter Downs.
I've heard.
Mhm.
But I have the Olympic medal count, so I guess I'll give like top 3 gold, top 3 overall, and then just call it a day.
And then
So-
maybe like top 8 too, please. Thank you.
Yeah, no. So in order of total Olympic medals, we have the United States sitting at 79. Then we have the People's Republic of China sitting at 70, and then somehow fucking the Russian Olympic Committee has 53, and they're in third place.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be a thing. They should be independent. But that's besides the point. And then for gold medals, the top 3, the People's Republic of China, sitting at 32 golds. The United States is sitting at 25 for number 2, and at number 3, we have the home country of Japan with 21 gold medals.
Japan.
Yes, that is good for them.
I don't have
Good.
any gold medals, so they're doing better than me.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, if there was Olympic bocce, you'd be looking at a
Yo.
world contender
Yup.
right here.
Fucking Olympic bocce. My ass.
U.S. Olympic bocce team 2024.
Tell
Dude,
me
the men's
that's-
curling
tell me
the
that
men's
it's
curling
going
team
to
is actually just like a bunch of dads.
I saw that. It looks where it was like they
So
all
funny.
like got together for the weekend.
Yeah.
James, you're gonna throw that bag out, right? Now, see, the cowboy hat's fine. You got to get rid of
I
the
just
rest
want to
of it.
wear the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That's all.
Cool.
That's all I got. I have nothing to add to this. I'm just putting on my
Yeah.
cowboy hat.
Yeah.
All right, bet. I'm eating your chip. Sorry.
Okay. So where are we going from here?
Who they?
Oh shit! Hooday! Do it. Do the thing.
All right,
thing.
guys, we're
Do the
moving
thing.
right on. We're doing this. Guys, welcome to Who Day.
I am really not
Who
in
dey?
any single one of these.
I was
like,
just
tattoo
about
animations.
I was just gonna say
What?
another graphic that makes Rob feel so excluded.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that one.
Oh,
Rob, I'm so sorry.
much
I
love.
don't even know how you're gonna add Rob to that one. That's like a corner shit. Like, good luck with that.
Well, I'll just add his face to where the logo is, and then I'll just move the logo like down somewhere. That's whatever.
Killed me now. All right. So you all know the rules of how Who Day goes, but you know what? Your host, he's a nice guy. I'm going to change it up a bit on you this week. It's going to be 3 players.
Okay.
You're going to get your guesses.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 7 minutes this time.
Oh my.
But there's a
God.
catch.
Okay.
It is 7 total minutes that you have.
Ah.
You can, at any point for each player, you can collectively tell me to stop. And the watch will stop but you have to lock in your final answer at that moment.
Bet.
Oh boy.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's get into it. Let me get the wiki. Okay, this player. Won 2 Super Bowls with teams in the same division. He had a noted lawsuit with the players' organization, and he retired in the Washington, D.C. suburbs. 7 minutes on the clock. You know the deal. Go.
Can we ask questions?
Yeah, of course.
Did he win 2 Super Bowls when the league was known as the NFL, or was this before?
The NFL. His first season. I'm gonna do it this way. His last season was in 1995. He won his 2 Super Bowls early in his career.
Can you repeat the clues again?
He won 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
He had a notable lawsuit against the NFL Players Union. And he retired to the Washington, D.C. suburbs before moving back to his hometown in Florida.
Okay.
About to hit the 6-minute mark.
With lawsuits against Disney.
Yeah, why was lawsuits against Disney on there? What an interesting choice.
What year did you say you retired, James? 1995?
95. He was a linebacker. I'll add that into it. You're at 5.5 minutes. He would file for bankruptcy in 2008.
God, NFL players who retired in 1995, who sued the NFL, who filed for bankruptcy and retired in Washington.
The Wikipedia page for retirements in 1995 literally only says Joe Montana. He's the only player that retired in 1995.
That's it.
Every
All
other
right,
player
you're
was
at
cool.
4 minutes and 35 seconds. Do you want me to pause it and lock in an answer, or what are we doing? We gonna run it?
we need.
Yeah,
to-
yeah. We're gonna lock
never
in an
gonna find
answer.
4:31 on the clock. All
we need
right,
time for the other ones.
means I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to get your answer in.
All right, we're gonna go with Don Michkowski.
Is that a lock,
Sure.
Zach?
I mean, I don't really have a choice, so yeah, I guess we're going with that.
It is not Don Michkowski.
Damn it.
The player I was looking for was Wilbur Marshall,
No fucking idea.
noted linebacker for the Bears, the Florida Gators, and the Washington Redskins.
You said he won a football. You said he won a Super Bowl with teams in the same division.
The NFC.
That's a conference.
Nah, it's all right.
No, what? That's cheating. That's cheating.
That was what I was looking up the entire time.
That's all right.
Ref.
I think you should add at least a minute onto our time for that.
You know what?
I think we
I
should.
can support that. I can support that. I'm gonna reset it to 5:30.
All right.
You'll get a minute added on for a James penalty, which is a very rare thing. Not really. All right, so we've
Also,
done
when he
Wilbur.
retired in '96, because the '95 season would have ended in '96.
I guess technically, but his last listed year is 95, so fuck you. All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
This University of Miami graduate won a Super Bowl, but not as a player. He was featured on a Spike TV program, and I don't know where I want to go with the last one on this one. He was asked at one point to join a couple other players in a series of robberies of video stores and fast food restaurants, but inevitably refused.
I didn't even know where to start.
Did these robberies actually happen?
They did, and 2 players got arrested. 2 of his high school teammates.
Okay.
5 minutes, 30 seconds, boom sauce. Where do you even start with that? I'm making it tough this week.
It's tough every week.
TikTok gets
this
it.
is tough. I don't. Sometimes I know where to go. I don't know where to go with this one.
I might have to increase the time next week, but we'll see. And while that's going on, this episode brought to you by a proud sponsor of BOTA Sports.
Can you tell us like what he was when he won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, was he a head coach, offensive coordinator?
He was a special assistant / consultant.
How on earth would we even begin to search for that?
He was a 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro.
Oh my god, everything just comes up Jimmy Johnson. Fuck.
He was, during his draft cycle, considered the top high school football talent in Texas, as well as nationwide by recruiting analysts. He was All-American for every year post his sophomore year. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Want me to pause it? You only have one more player to do after this, so it's really your choice where you want to go.
I have nothing. Do you guys have any lead at all?
I found a list of player turned coaches, and I'm trying to read them for
God.
Pro Bowler appearance. Yeah.
Pause it.
Yeah. No.
Pause it. You know the deal. 30 seconds is going to be on the clock. We're going.
I'm going to go...
He was picked in the 8th round.
Picked in the 8th round.
Yep.
What are you guys thinking?
I have no fucking idea. Because the 8th round implies that it's very early. When the NFL had, 20 rounds or whatever? Fucking bullshit.
I'll sell it. It's somewhere between 1990 and 1995.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, we're at 60 seconds at this point, so.
All right.
Whatever.
Just give us a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a guess, folks.
Oh, come on, just give me one. Give me one more minute, Jim.
We're waiting. That was loud. The entire world is waiting to see if you guys can get this right.
I have nothing.
Oh, fuck.
All right, I'm gonna pull a banker here. I will offer you the buyout. You take the loss, and I will add 30 seconds to the clock for the next guess.
Deal.
Does Rob speak for everybody?
We're not gonna get it. It has 30 seconds. Just take it.
Get an extra
that-
30
that's fine.
seconds. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So we're gonna set the clock to 3 minutes 30 seconds. And are you ready for our next Who Day?
Wait,
Can
well,
you
hold
tell
on.
us
What
who
was
it
the
was?
answer?
Oh, Jesse Armstead.
He wasn't even on my list.
Nope, not even a little bit. I was looking at a list of notable alumni from
Wait,
the
who
university.
was it again?
This is the wrong.
Jesse
No,
Jesse
fuck.
Armstead.
Yep.
Jesse Armstead.
All right, whatever.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. This person went undrafted in 1975.
Great.
They would later on star in a TV show in 2001. And their middle name is Nell.
Wait, what was the TV show called?
Can't tell you.
What was it about?
Nope.
Nope.
Well,
3 minutes,
How many
30
seasons
seconds.
did it run?
Go.
It's not helpful. Okay, actual question. What year did he go undrafted? 95?
75.
Okay.
And you said his name was Nell?
Middle name
name?
Nell.
Middle name Nell?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Jesus.
Could you actually hear that?
Yeah. Who was that?
It's my father's ridiculous laugh.
It's so joyous.
It is. For a man who's not generally joyous.
2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock, boys. No stops here. We're just going to let this clock run right on down. And I'm going to do another ad break. This segment of a segment is brought to you by the color. Ooh. That's all I got.
It's a great color.
2-minute warning.
What was his middle name?
Nell. Nell. Gentlemen, 1 minute left.
And this guy was drafted in 1975?
No, they went undrafted.
In 1975, sorry.
Mhm.
Undrafted 1975. Okay.
Yep. "35 seconds."
What position did he play?
There's multiple listed.
Oh, God.
Great.
I'll tell you that they were a lead singer in a band. There be thy timer, boys.
Did you guys get anything?
No.
This game sucks.
Why don't you just go ahead and look up shows that aired in 2001, and we'll scroll from there. And I think it'll stand out to you when you see it.
Shows that ended?
Aired. Zach, you still sharing your screen? It's like frozen.
Yeah.
It's just stuck on best NFL prospects from. Tell me he was in Scrubs.
No.
Was
No,
he?
they were the star.
They were the star.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. Let's go through a list of 2001.
All right. No.
Tell me it was Superman from Justice League.
No. No, it was live action.
It was not Damon Wayans.
No.
Was it Lizzie McGuire?
Oh my fucking god. Why is Reba on here? Was this just a fucking joke?
Yo, hot take: Helsing was a great show.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck? I never once said he, you sexist pigs. God damn it.
Did Reba make it to the NFL?
No, she went
All right.
in 1975.
Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
Oh, it couldn't have ended any better for me.
What was it?
Cool. It
was Reba.
Rob, it was Reba.
I knew it.
Oh my god!
Well, that was quite wonderful.
What was this?
I don't fucking know. Let's just end it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh god. I can't.
This will be my last show.
This is gonna be my last show ever.
BOTA is
Hold on, I'm looking for the fucking thing. Let's see. Oh, I can't do a ping. That's stupid. Be able to share a file, right? Why can't I? I should be able to share files. Son of a bitch. Anyways, whatever. Thank you guys so much for coming here and watching the BOTA Show, or whatever the fuck this was tonight. I'm Zach, for Chris, for Drew, for Rob, for James, for Reba Mysterious. You know where to find.
Mysterious was hot in multiple ways.
I don't know if that's okay. You know where to find us: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope right now. So thank you for joining us. As always, stay soggy.
Stay beautiful.
Reba.
Help me.
I'm Reba.